The October 21st, 2019 regular city council meeting is called to order. Everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will everyone please remain standing? Let the Pastor Crawford please come to the prayer.
Good evening. Let us all bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we come to you and we say thank you. Today is the day that you have made, and we shall rejoice and be glad in it. Father, we ask your blessings upon this meeting, upon our city. We ask for wisdom, we ask for vision, and we ask for love. Lord, let vision prevail, and let the love for our city, from house to house, family to family, move like a mighty river. It is in the name of Jesus Christ that we pray for this body and this government. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Suddenly I'm feeling self-conscious about my lack of hair. I don't know why that is.
Hey, don't be.
Roll call.
Mayor Nolan.
Present.
Councilwoman Wiley. Present. Councilman Oden.
Present.
Councilwoman Mitchell. Councilwoman Howard. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Williams.
Present.
And Councilman Chisholm.
Present.
We have 7 present tonight, and we do have a quorum.
All right. Everybody had a chance to look over the agenda?
Yes.
Any changes? Need a motion to approve?
Motion to approve the agenda as is.
Support.
Been properly moved and seconded. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes. All right, presentation. Hold on. We got any elected officials? Lisa Hicks Clayton, come on up. Oh, and Legina Washington too. I'm sorry. I didn't see her. I don't know what she was doing.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So we are the community liaisons for Senator Betty Jean Alexander's office, and we have 2 tributes this evening we'd like to present. The first one, I'm going to leave it there just so I can read it for a moment. But we're going to start with Police Officer 2019 Inkster Police Officer of the Year, Andrea Lebo. Come on up. And I'm going to read it before I hand it to you. So we know, congratulations, by the way, on your newborn baby. But in all that said and done, let it be known that we are proud to recognize Officer Andrea Lebo as the 2019 Inkster Police Officer of the Year. Officer Lebo has displayed tireless dedication in fulfilling her duties as Community Relations Officer for the Inkster Police Department. She is committed to serving her colleagues, the police department, and the city of Inkster. In 2018, Officer Lebo initiated and introduced several impactful programs to amend and improve the current relationship between the community and the Inkster Police Department. These programs include the annual Inkster Night Out, movie nights at the Inkster Police Department, Coffee with a Cop events, and the Inkster Citizens Police Academy. These ideas promote police community partnerships and the neighborhood camaraderie. These increase neighborhood safety and provides for a more caring place to live. Officer Andrea Lebo's efforts extend beyond community engagement as well. In 2018, she participated in the Joint Task Force operations, including Operation Independence Day, which aimed to track down and arrest violent fugitives, and Operation Michigan Safe Kids to locate missing and endangered youth from Wayne County. Her efforts have made it clear that she is a natural leader in this department and will continue to build the police community bond that is needed to effectively police a strong community such as Inkster. In special tribute, therefore, this document is signed and dedicated to recognize Officer Lebo as a 2019 Inkster Police Officer of the Year for her work towards police community partnerships that have been unprecedented in Inkster and in turn have resulted in a safer and more connected neighborhoods. This is signed by our State Senator Betty Jean Alexander, State Representative Joelle Jones, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer.
speech.
She's excellent.
Do you want to give a speech?
I think you all heard from me enough.
You want me to read the
I
next one, or
mean,
you
I
want
will
to read the
say
next one?
that I couldn't be here and accepting this without all of you. So, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for all being here. I love you.
All right.
We want to see the baby. Where's the baby?
And our next special tribute goes to
Oh, no, she didn't.
honoring the 2018 Inkster Police Officer of the Year, William Long.
Oh, he's not here.
Oh, okay.
We're going to present it to you then, Chief.
Yes. You can come in.
Come on up.
Okay.
Somebody say,
So go ahead. Well,
So we'll, you know.
oh, he's
let's not ask you
Okay.
for a speech.
Okay, so let it be known that it is a pleasure to recognize Officer William Long as the Inkster Police Officer of the Year. Officer William Long has been a remarkable member of the Inkster Police Department and has led the department in his proactive response to crime and keeping the community safe. This past year, Officer Long led the department in OUIL and OUIN arrests, totaling 36 out of the 42 arrests made, with other officers calling for assistance on their OWI arrests as well. Due to the number of arrests, Officer Long was nominated for an award from the Mothers Against Drunk Driving for the third year in a row. Officer Long received the Life Saving Award for the second year in a row from the Detroit Wayne Mental Health Authority for his use of Nexalon, saving 4 people from hearing overdoses. Officer Long is also certified in training of PBT, and assisted in getting the department 6 new PBTs. A special tribute, therefore, this document is signed and dedicated to recognizing Officer Long as the Inkster Police Officer of the Year for his hard work as an officer and dedication to his community. This is signed by our Senator Betty Jean Alexander, State Representative Jewel Jones, Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist, and Governor Gretchen Whitmer. So you can present that to him.
I will put it.
Hopefully, we wish he would have made it, but it's okay. He's on duty.
Yeah.
Chief loves a picture, boy.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right. Next presentation, we have Oak Street Health, Brandon Young.
Good evening, all. Good evening. How's everybody today? So, my name is Brandon Young from Oak Street Health, and I am here to talk about our Connect to Your Medicare event, or events. We have one specifically on November 1st, as well as November 8th. It will be at the Dozier Recreation Center. For those that do not know that address, that is 2025 Middle Belt, in Inkster, obviously 48141. I do have flyers that will be passed around for both of those events, and this is specifically for our seniors or people with Medicare in general, because it'll allow you to ask any questions that you might have in relation to your benefits or whatever we can help you with in relation to Medicare, as well as talking about Oak Street Health and how you can become a part of Oak Street. So, any questions? Any questions?
That's not it. It's got to be more than that.
Maybe. Well, I mean, because I couldn't do the I couldn't do what I was gonna do as far as talking about just the Medicare in general. I couldn't, so that's why. But no, but in general, it's about AEP, so annual election period, in relation to your you being able to change your insurances now that AEP is here. So we would definitely be able to answer any and all questions that you guys might have in relation to both of those. So definitely come out for that event. Like I said, we do have flyers that'll be passed around today for you guys to be able to answer or to be able to ask any questions that you might have. So
All right. Well, thank you, Brandon.
thank you, sir.
All right. Okay. Okay, no public hearings, consent agenda. Everyone looked at the minutes from last meeting? Any omissions, errors? Do we have a motion?
So moved that we adopt the minutes of the last meeting.
Support. Been properly moved and supported, discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes. Boards and commissions. I nominate Yvette Brock for the Inkster Housing Commission.
Got support.
Your support? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Wait a minute. Wait. Shirley Hankson, you're out of order. It passes.
Excuse me.
Any other nominations?
Yes, I do have a nomination. I would like to nominate Octavia Smith to the Downtown Development Authority, please.
Hey,
So moved.
it's probably moved and supported. I think we have her information. Right?
Yeah, I'm sure you do on file.
Yeah. Okay, so it's been probably moved and supported. Discussion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It passes.
And I also have to ask that some members of the Historical Commission be reappointed. Their time is expiring. And those names would be Joan Liddell, George Mitchell, and Rhoda Littles.
Okay. Those three of them?
Yes.
Jean Liddell's first.
Yes.
Do we have a second on Jean Liddell?
Support.
George
Probably-
Mitchell.
Oh, we're gonna do it one at a time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's been probably moved and supported on Jean Liddell. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It passes. What's the next?
George Mitchell.
Okay. You have support?
Support.
Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay.
And Rhoda Littles.
Okay. You have support for Rhoda Littles?
Support.
All right, discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes.
And finally, the Economic Development Corporation. We had quite the discussion about that at our last DDA meeting. And we really think that since the downtown is going to be a moving and shaking thing very, very soon, that we need to pull that back together. And I would like to nominate Octavia Smith for the Economic Development Corporation Board of Directors.
Probably move and support a discussion. David, there was some discussion, I mean, months back, whether the DDA or TIFA, which one?
I think it was TIF.
TIFA and Economic Development Corporation was the same
Oh,
thing.
that's right, we're gonna be put together.
What- TIFA and DDA?
Yes, they did. I was there. Yeah,
Oh,
they
wow.
did.
Okay.
Because it basically had the same function.
Right.
At the time, we had enough revenue to pull from TIFA, but, you know, when the taxes dried up, things like that, it wasn't really, it was inoperable.
Yeah.
It was not enough to capture.
Any funds.
So now it's really.
And
So
that's-
TIFA, it's nothing for TIFA to do, because they have no money.
No.
TIFA's not generating any money.
But that's why we want to rebuild the Economic Development Corporation, because that's one commission that can pull money. We can do grants and the like, right?
I don't know if they,
Well,
mean,
it's supposed to
not
be a
tax money.
501c.
they can write for grants.
It's supposed to be a nonprofit.
Yeah,
arm.
you can do that.
So that means that we can do grants or whatever we can find.
Absolutely.
The DDA can be managed.
What about the Economic Development Corporation?
But it has to be filed for under a nonprofit. Right. So that's why I want to see the Economic Development Corporation.
So, well, now I'm asking, maybe it's gonna be TIF, I'm hearing TIFA and DDA were merged. Now, for some reason, the DDA used to think that they were the Economic Development Corporation, because I used to get emails with both taglines from some of the former members
Oh, really?
of the DDA. So, and then we had,
I can tell you how that happened.
some sort of discussion about it. I don't know what the resolution was. I just, if they're the same, I guess we don't need to report, appoint separate people. But if they're separate, then we do need to appoint separate people. I mean, did we come to a resolution? I remember how they explained it in some other cities that they're both, like Westland. I think they talked about Westland's charter, where they serve both roles.
Well, in other cities, it was Tifford and Economic Development, not DDA.
Oh, okay. So if DDA and TIF are the same, so they would sit on 3 boards of commission,
Yeah,
if that's the case here. I'm not sure that's
and
the
we're
case.
not sure.
So we need to
We
do
need
some,
some information on that.
but I'm looking at the, EDC, and right now there are only 2 people who are not expired. Everyone else is expired back in 2016,
They don't meet. I don't think.
earlier. Well, no, but I'm saying if
We need to get it going.
we need to get it going.
Yeah, I'm with you. We just got to make sure that they're not somehow merged with DDA and TIF.
Well, yeah, whoever does the research needs to do the research to make sure. I didn't think they were.
The clerk is saying it's separate.
Yeah,
They're saying it's separate.
right,
Okay, then we can nominate them.
okay. So I had already nominated Octavia Smith
Okay, for the EDC.
for the EDC.
And we already seconded and we were talking about it, right?
Right. 'cause
Okay.
we were trying to figure out.
So, question, so what's gonna be the function of the EDC?
Right, grants, try to get money.
We're gonna look for
Okay.
money to bring to the city for economic development.
Okay.
So, any other discussion on that? Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes.
And I would also like to nominate Angela Dotson for the EDC, and
Okay.
her paperwork is on file.
We got- Okay, it's been moved and supported. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. It passes.
Thank you, that's all for me.
Great. Any other nominations? All right. Slide on down to new business. Can you read it?
Consideration and approval of a special land use 18-19, 18-20, 18-21, and 18-22 for a proposed medical marijuana multi-use facility to be located on industrial between Henry Ruff and Middlebelt in the M1 Light Industrial District with the conditions noted per the recommendation of the Planning Commission.
So
Oh, I'm
moved.
sorry, and A. Patcham is the applicant.
So moved.
Support.
Been properly moved and supported. Discussion? We was talking about you before you got here. I just want to let you know. We were talking about.
Yes.
No. Discussion is limited to the council members during the regular meeting. Orientation is the time where we take questions and comments from the crowd.
Yes.
So there's no public hearing. No. You can do public comments. No. The public hearing for this matter was at the planning commission level last week. City council is not holding a public hearing. We're just discussing the item that's under new business. So only the council members can discuss that. We allow residents. No, you have public comments at the end of the meeting. Yeah. We have that at the end of every meeting. Okay, any other comments up here?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Due to all the conversation, I guess my point to this is that for the citizens, if we're going to have a public hearing, can make a motion to expand it instead of 300 feet, we should expand it to more citizens so we get more feedback on it.
Oh. Because that's state law. So I don't think we can change state law.
And also, I mean, it's
I mean, I guess in the sense that we put it in the newspaper. We just mail notices to anybody within a 300-foot radius.
Yeah, but that could be
Everybody's
like,
welcome.
That could be like maybe a block or two, and there's more people in that area that it'll affect.
That's what I'm saying. We do publish it. We put it on the website. So it's just a matter, you want to send out to more people? I mean, we could send out to the whole city, but it costs us, a few $1,000s.
And, I mean, we have members from the Public Commission who are here, just from, and
Planning
Adriana, I'm sorry, Planning Commission, Adriana can speak to this. It takes time, effort, money to mail those notices. The vast majority of meetings don't have a lot of people that are attending. So I just think we got to be careful when we take one situation And we're going to change an entire policy based on that one situation. These meetings are open to the public. And Adriana, please chime in here. We're required to mail notices, and the staff has to send out, they have to, prepare all those letters, send them out, make sure that they're getting to the addresses. We got to be careful that we're not unduly burdening the people that have to carry out these actions. When the vast majority of these planning commission meetings, very few people are turning out to them, whether they get a letter or not. So it's just something that we got to keep in mind. That this is a policy and not just be reacting to this one particular situation.
Now I understand that, there has been quite a few meetings where very few people show up, but then there's other meetings where you have a lot of people show up because it's near and dear to them.
And it shows that they're getting the message without us having to send a letter to the entire city.
Right.
That kind of proves the point.
Right now, we are publishing in the newspaper. We have a notice posted at City Hall. We put it on the website, and then we send it to everyone within a 300-foot radius. And that's state law. So, we can, as a policy, we can send it to whoever we wanted to. But I think we're such a small community. When it's something controversial, they come.
Right.
It's just that 90% of the time it's nothing controversial, and they don't come. We're just going over site plans and doing whatever we normally do.
the Parkside left?
Yeah, we got enough with the Parkside notice letter, so we don't need any more letters tonight.
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
Any other discussion on this?
Well, just to reemphasize, it is the 300-foot radius does come directly from the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act, and in any other community I've worked in, it's always been following the Michigan Zoning Enabling Act, which is state law. So I'm not entirely certain that the municipality can do something differently from that because the Planning Commission is governed by these state regulations in terms of the public noticing for the 300 feet.
I mean, we could. I mean, it mandates that we send it out within a 300-foot radius. We could send it out to everybody in the city if we wanted to. I mean, we wouldn't be violating state law. But does that make sense? Now that's what we're talking about now. Because if it's not 300 feet, 1,000 feet, then why not the whole city? If you want everybody to come or know about it, they can decide whether they want to come or not. So I think we may be, I don't know.
That's what, if I may.
What?
I know when we talked about that at the planning commission meeting, the people had their different ideas with putting it on the water bill, but we said, that would be difficult because if we do cancel the meeting or they don't get their water bill in time or something like that, because I know we were talking about how much it would actually cost us to mail it out citywide, just that particular notice compared to sending it out with something we're sending out already to save money. So
I think one of the residents came up with a good idea. Since we start putting information on the water bill, could we send the notices? The problem is the notices have to be, it's 15 days? All right, so we send the water bill out once a month. And if something, even if we're able to do that, if for some reason the applicant cancels or we have to move it, we have no ability of letting all the residents know. So they may show up to a canceled meeting. So they may not be happy about that also. So it's a little tricky. In some cases, we could put it on the water bill, depending on when the hearing is set, but sometimes that would not work. So, I mean, we're open to any particular suggestions. We were talking about communicating with the residents to let them know what's going on. And of course, we're all for that. But, the stamp still costs 48 cents, 50 cents. I mean, so.
I think one of the other things that we considered was perhaps the planning commission or planning department could have a Facebook page where the notices could be posted on Facebook in advance of the meeting as well.
Yeah, and that we can do. That costs nothing. So that's fine. And also, we have the ability to communicate with you, but as residents, you don't use it. We had See, Click, Fix.
Right.
How many people we got signed up? We got about 500 out of 25,000 people. So we could send notices out to everybody who signs up. We have a situation, we can send you a text message if you register your phone number.
Notify me.
We have some people on that, but most people don't. So, I mean, at some point, if you want to be engaged, you have an opportunity.
Plenty out there.
But, I'm all for you being engaged, but if you don't want to be engaged, you won't avail yourself of the opportunity. So, well, we can't speak from the audience, but good point. But what we can do, I tell you what, we can send the C-Click Fix information on the next water bill and ask people to sign up and give them instructions right on the water bill, and hopefully more people will sign up.
To the mayor, the notify me, because
Yes.
that involves text
Right.
as well as a phone call.
Right.
Send both.
So send both information.
No, I can remember what that was.
Okay, we'll send that on the water bill next also. So we'll give everybody information and ability to sign up. Maybe we'll keep sending it out until they sign up, you know. Okay. Anything else on? We still on item A? I forgot what we was talking about.
We talking. Oh,
We got anything else on item A? Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay? I think it passes. Item B,
Item B is consideration to approve a resolution for Huntington Bank for the installment purchase agreement of the 2020 Freightliner, new model Vector, combination sewer cleaner, and funds have been budgeted.
so moved.
Support.
probably move supported discussion.
Yes.
Does everybody know what a vector is? You act like you look like you know. Wrong, tell them what the vector is.
Good evening, viewing audience and audience here. What the mayor is speaking to is that we have what we call a vac truck. And what that truck does, it comes out, it jets and cleans sewer. It also removes debris from sewer. And that is what we are in the process of purchasing now. I have two now. I'm getting ready to sell one. The oldest one I will have is a 2008. So this one will be this is a 2020 right there. This is a 2020 that I am purchasing now. But that is its primary function, to clean the sewer, because we're required by state law to clean the sewers in the city of Inkster. So this truck is what aids us in doing that.
It's $430,000. So I'm pretty sure it's sitting on Chrome. Pretty sure. Mayor Pro Tem?
What's the other question?
Oh, we can't do that.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just want to know, are we going to keep the old one? Or are we going to trade it in? I don't think trade them in, but.
The oldest one I have, we're in the process of posting it so we can sell it. But we will keep the 2008, but the other one I have is I believe it's a 1999.
Yeah, because I remember when we bought the 2008 one.
Right.
Okay.
But the blue one is a 1999, so we're in the process of trying to find somebody to buy that one.
Okay. That's all I need to know.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, I have a question through the mayor. This resolution, that's all we're supposed to be voting on is a resolution.
Yes.
What exactly is it supposed to say? I don't think I'm familiar with sewer cleaning resolution.
It was in the packet.
So
A lot of stuff is in the package that don't make sense. That's why I asked.
So the resolution, you know, the money was included in the budget that city council approved for this current fiscal year. The resolution is just specifically authorizing the purchase of this specific equipment.
Okay.
So it lists the equipment, the terms of the agreement, and it just spells out the transaction in detail.
Okay. He don't need no opposition. Darren does. No, I'm kidding.
I left that out on purpose. We're trying to get
Right. Not me. Not me. All right, anything else on this? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Passes. My favorite part. Public participation. Picture, you got your clock? Larry Motley. Larry Motley.
I just have several questions to ask. And this is, the 7 questions are concerning the marijuana facility over in our section, in the southwest section. and I don't know who can answer it, if the owner can answer it or whether the council members can answer it, but question one, we would like to have a cap on the number of facilities to be built in Inkster, and I think you all addressed that tonight. We were looking at about one, but we know that's unrealistic at this point. Second question, we would like money from this facility to be donated toward the Inkster Library, since we're going to have a 21st century library and it's looking really good. Could some of this money be donated, since we have a $50 million project that's going to be built? Question three, education classes on marijuana and tutoring for kids. Can we get that? Because it's going to be a lot of high youngsters in our community if we don't do something about it. And knowing our children, believe it or not, our children are the most talented and educated kids there is in the world. They created some of the mega businesses on this planet. And I know they'll learn how to be poll voters and can get over any fence. So we would like classes on tutoring marijuana classes for kids. And the fourth question is rehab projections, the number of the people to be treated. Who will do that? Will the city of Inkster treat the people, or will this mad conglomeration or corporation be one of the facilitators to treat the people? Number five, if you do not use marijuana but test positive, because we had a situation, a person was behind a person that tested positive and they tested positive also, and lose your job or can't get a prescription filled, how will we be protected from the loss of a job or get a prescription? Number six, if property values decreases, property owners would like a 1.5% monthly stipend. Number seven, how will the money be earned by the owner to be deposited and to what bank? Now, we know that marijuana is illegal in the United States of America. And we know that you cannot deposit money in a federal bank. Okay, and I'm right on time. That's my last question.
Okay.
Thank you. Millie Gibson? Well, you second, actually. I'm sorry. No, most of the questions, if not all of them, were not questions for the city government. They were questions for the applicant. And he can have that conversation. If the applicant wants to donate to the library, that's fine. I have no issue with it. But that's not something I can answer for the business owner, nor anyone up here. So it's public comment. You are just here, you can make your comment. You can ask questions we can answer, we'll answer. But there's nothing he asked that I can answer as the mayor. I'm not, why would you think that? But anyway, we got to go on to the public comment.
Yes, please.
Let's keep it moving.
Okay, I have some concern. I am very much pleased to the mayor. We don't have a mayor pro tem. We have a mayor pro tem and the council and the citizens of Inkster. I live in Inkster. I have some comments in regards to pretty much the development. I noticed on the taxes we're paying nearly $200 for some damage that was done on behalf of the police department. And I want to know if the council is going to come up with a resolution for that, because this are nearly, what, nearly $175.
What are
A
you referring
judgment
to?
levy.
Okay. She's speaking of one, the judgment levies on the on your
Yes,
tax bill?
yes, mine is nearly $200 a month.
Do you recall which judgment levy you're referring to?
I'm hoping, well, I've only seen one on mine, so are you saying that there's gonna be more?
No, well, I'm not sure what you had referenced the police department. I mean, we have the water sewer judgment on the.
I'm property taxes, not on the water
No,
bill.
but there's a water sewer judgment
No,
on the
no, no, no,
property
no, no,
taxes.
no, no, no.
I know
There's a judgment levy on our taxes that we're paying for I think something that happened with the police department. Okay,
It's
all
actually-
right. Well, I didn't bring the paperwork with me.
I'll follow up with you. The only one I can think of that you could be referring to, and if this is on the tax bill, several years ago, the city had a settlement with Wayne County in regards to some water sewer payments, and those are on the tax bill. That's one of the judgment levies on the tax bill. So, I'm not exactly sure. I can look up your particular tax bill and see which one you're referring to.
Okay, well, it was on my summer taxes for this year.
Sure.
Also, when it comes to the schools, I also noticed that we're spending nearly $200 to $300 on our taxes for schools that we're not educating our children here in the city of Inkster. So it seems like it's costing us a lot for them to go to other schools or other districts, but we're still paying toward the schools.
Yeah, and to that question, ma'am, depending upon where in the city you live, you are essentially a part of a neighboring or bordering school district. Again, depending upon your address, and we're essentially required by state law to collect those taxes, even though the state, dissolved the Inkster school district. Each tax bill is still a part of some school district, and we're required to collect those taxes. So that's what you'll see on your tax bill, which is essentially the based on your residence where you live, is those taxes are collected for whatever school district you're a part of.
So you're saying we're not going to see any more increases in our taxes based on the accident or the death of the young lady and her child on Cherry Hill Road, where the Inkster Police Department was involved?
That's a litigation matter that's not related to property taxes at this time.
At this time.
It's not related to property taxes. I shouldn't say at this time. That's a litigation matter. We only collect taxes for millages that we have the legal right to collect.
So you're saying the citizens of Inkster is not going to be responsible for the accident that occurred there?
No one said anything. It's currently in litigation. The residents of City of Inkster are the City of Inkster. So if the City of Inkster is liable for anything, we will all pay. Like we've paid every other lawsuit that's been filed for the last several years.
So pretty much my taxes are going to be more than my house, and then if my house is paid off, then I'm constantly paying taxes and for. I thought Councilwoman. So I'm not going to go that far because I know I only have 3 minutes. Okay, my question really is: are we gonna try to reinstate in the future a school, or be, reinstated as a district with a school, or a school district, or a city with a school district?
School districts are creatures of the state, so we cannot declare that we're going to have a new school district, but we're certainly working towards that. But we still have $42 million in debt to pay off.
Yeah, okay. And also, council, I think, need to consider some educational, avenues. The cooking school is a good idea. That's a start there.
Your 3 minutes are up.
All right, thanks.
What's your address?
3 minutes is really not enough time for us to address the council.
Ann Chapman?
Well, it's obvious I'm not Ann Chapman. Thank you for allowing me to speak in front of you. For those of you who I haven't met, my name is Brian Townsend. I'm speaking on behalf of my mother, who's Ann Chapman. First of all, I just want to ensure that this is a safe place that we can all agree to disagree, because from the display of behaviors that was displayed earlier, I'm appalled. So I just want to make sure that's clear. The reason that I'm here today, 2 reasons. One, it was a question asked of the residents of Inkster as to how we can support you in helping us. One of those ways we can support you in helping us is to provide each of you feedback. All right. Without feedback, you don't know whether you're winning or losing. Here's some feedback that my mother has given to the council in regards to blighted property around her home. She stays on Notre Dame, 27015 Notre Dame. There's two properties, one to her left and one to her right, just blighted. As a result, my mother has been incurring an expense of cleaning up those properties, and I don't think she has to. I don't think she has. I think the city has resources that they could do to provide her the assistance she needs so she don't have to spend her own money. She's on a fixed income to prepare or repair these properties. She's come to city council on at least 3 occasions that I'm aware of and addressed these concerns, and absolutely nothing has happened. So I'm here as an advocate for my mother to ensure that her voice is heard, that you hear her as well as me as to doing something about this situation. What's occurring right now is that there's a tree that's causing her to get a new roof on her house. She don't even have a tree in her yard, but a tree that's in the vacant property next to her is causing her an expense. All right, there's properties all around her house that are blighted. We need to do something about that. We do, and I'm offering this feedback to you because you asked, what can we do to, as far as how you can help us? We can help by giving you feedback so you can give us some assistance on getting these things done. Thank you.
Before you leave, Mr. Townsend.
Yes.
I know your mom. I talked to your mom. I've been over there. I saw both houses. Who owns the 2 houses on each side?
Well, the house right next to her was sold by I want to say the city offered this house up for sale, but I'm sure there's some type of clause in there that says for the property owner, you have to have this property either up and running or livable within a certain time frame. It's been years.
Okay.
It's been years. Okay. The house behind her is the same way. The house next to her is the same way. The house across the street the same way.
Okay, what I'll do is I'll pull the addresses. We'll find out who owns it. They're responsible for, let's say, the tree in their backyard. The city's responsible for everything from the sidewalk to the street. We do cut vacant lots, though. So that's not her responsibility.
Sure.
We will cut the grass if it's just sitting there and no one's doing anything. Sure. But let me find out who owns it, and then we can maybe force them to do what they need to do.
How soon can we expect to get some results? Because, again, this is her 3rd time, and now I would consider this a 4th time that she's bringing this concern up to city council, and I just want to, make sure that something's been done about it, not just receiving lip service.
Tell her, could she call my office on Wednesday?
Sure.
We'll have the ownership information, and then we'll figure out a plan of action.
Excellent. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Officer Hayward.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and citizens of Inkster. I'm here to announce again our final movie night of the year. It's going to be at 30,000 Hively at the Starfish Family Services. We're going to be joining them for a movie night on the 25th at 6 o'clock. We're going to have 6 o'clock. We're going to start with a trunk or treat, and the movie will start at 6:30. Kids are encouraged to come in costume, and the movie's going to be in the gym, and citizens of all age are welcome. So it's going to be at Starfish Family Services, located at 30,000 Hively in the gym, starting at 6 p.m. Also, the Inkster Police Department has been asked to join Biomet, the Blood and Plasma Center, for a trunk or treat, and that's going to take place on Sunday, the 27th, between 4 and 6 p.m. We're going to be asked to come out and join them for a trunk or treat, so we'll be there next Sunday, also from 4 to 6 p.m. And that's it.
Thank you. Yeah. Octavia Smith.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, residents. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing okay. Just came to give the final announcements before it's over. Just to let everyone know, the Inkster Chamber of Commerce, you do have until the 31st of this month to get your calendar ad. That ad can consist of your birthday or business going on, or just to put your information in the ad so that everyone in the business community can have that information. If you want to share your events that's going on for the next coming year, all of that is there. If you need information, you can contact the Inkster Chamber of Commerce and get that information. Also, to always encourage you and let you know that Western Wayne Family Health Center do have free yoga for all of our residents, all of our council. So we have yoga nights, we have Zumba nights, we have a 3-mile indoor walk every Wednesday. So you guys are welcome to come out and enjoy with us and get some healthy living in. And don't forget about the Inkster Task Force, Inkster Fire Department's 5th annual 5K run and walk that will be held on Saturday, November the 2nd at our beautiful Inkster Valley Golf Course. You do not want to miss this event because it's for the city of Inkster. It's for our beautiful residents. So come out and support with us. So if anyone would like to sign up for the 5K or would like to get an Inkster Chamber of Commerce ad, you can see me because I can help you with that. Thank you all so much.
Thank you. Barbara Cooper, Gabe Henderson, you want to come with her? Y'all both talking about the good fellas. Y'all can share the 3 minutes.
You want to come up? To the mayor and council and the residents of the city of Inkster. You coming, Gabe? All right, all right. I'd just like to take this opportunity just to thank everyone who supported the pancake breakfast. Thank you, thank you. And those who could not be there, we still taking donations. Our motto is no child without a Christmas. And I'm looking for volunteers for the newspaper on December the 6th. That's the first Friday in December. Come to the Dozier to get your papers and collect some money for the Inkster Goodfellas. We need you, and our children need you as well. Okay?
We'll send you a bill.
And thank you, family, last come here always, y'all support us in our endeavors, try to make sure children of Inkster, especially needy ones, to have something for Christmas. And we've been trying to do our best. And like I said, we always try to do our best.
Yes, we
let
do.
God do the rest.
All right.
And
Thank you. Anybody that wants to donate, feel free. I'm here. Gabe here. Tony, you want to raise your hand?
Right. Can I say something else? Sure. Okay, back in 2001, Mr. Dozier, everybody loved Mr. Dozier. We had city council meeting over at the old rec, over at the rec. And he got up there and he was speaking about the condition of the Goodfellas. There wasn't that many people there helping out, and people were getting old and all that, And I think he had an onion in his pocket. Cause I saw tears coming. I saw tears coming out of his eyes. I said, "Whoa, I can't." It's hard for me to see a man cry like that. And I joined. Now, do I have to pull out an onion and shed a tear for some other people who might want to come along and help us? Yeah. So it's a great organization, and we getting old. We need some young blood.
So how many kids do you plan to help out at Christmas time?
Between 250, 300.
Okay. And what's your
That's what we're shooting for.
What's your budget?
Whatever you can give us. Our goal is to try to raise over $10,000, or more. But that's why we need the citizens' help.
Oh, yeah.
To help us raise this money so we can. And we raise the age to 16. And people say, 16? Why 16? Because our teenagers, they want gifts too. And they tearing up their little brothers and sisters stuff that they got with those little cards. So I think we need to consider them and think about them as well. So it's from 2 to 16. When we twiddling on the 1, because if they like my little niece, she know what she won, and she know what Christmas is all about. So we can't shortchange our kids. All right. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I have this pencil?
Yeah, it's yours.
Okay, say everyone in Inkster counts. Okay, 2010 census. That's important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Thank you.
Rosalind Butler, Clayton's Kitchen.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Just want to introduce myself. My name is Rosalind Butler.
I am a restaurateur. I own a soul food restaurant in Redford, Clayton's Kitchen and Catering. We won second place from Channel 4 News as Best Soul Food Metro Detroit for the past 2 years. Okay. So I'm looking to come over into Inkster, maybe relocate from where I'm at now on Plymouth and Telegraph, or maybe do a second location. So I'm just looking for support of the community and the council to find out if there are any available buildings, fundings, grants, incentives, and things of that nature for moving into the city. And just to get the backing and support and see if this is something that the community needs and wants. I know you guys are pretty diverse and a strong African American community, but yet I have not seen a soul food restaurant. So I'm glad I was running behind because I was going to bring food for about 20 people, but I see there's a lot more here. So, pardon me, I'm located at 23513 Plymouth Road, 3 blocks east of Telegraph, across the street from the Caris House Banquet Hall.
Okay.
So right now, I'm a small carry-out. We do catering. We work with Detroit Diesel, DTE. A lot of different companies come in to get food and so forth. We do funeral repasses. We do baby showers, weddings. And we're just a brick-and-mortar restaurant. You can come in and get food. We have seating for about 10, 15 people. So it's primarily carry-out. So in Inkster, I'm looking to do something a little bit bigger. But I need all of you to help me with this vision.
Good.
If y'all give me some money or something, yeah.
I knew there was a catch to this. Does anybody in Inkster want to see a restaurant? Yes. Okay. Can you get Adriana's number? She's not an economic person, but our person's not here today. We will call you tomorrow. Oh, we have your number. We'll call you tomorrow.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. It's good? It's good?
Thank you, Chief. Well, I mean, we do the short ribs, oxtails, catfish, turkey chops.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chief. I appreciate it. And we have a lot of Inkster residents that actually travel over to us. Our business hours Monday through Saturday Monday through Saturday, 11 to 8 p.m. and Sunday noon to 6. We are open 7 days as of right now. And in a couple of weeks, y'all can come get some chitlins too. I have those ready.
All right, we're going to form a committee and make a trip.
Well, you know what? I'll cater. I'll bring it here. You know, just open up a room and I got you guys.
Okay. All right, we appreciate it.
Thank you.
We're going to check it out. Shirley Henderson.
Good evening, Council, Mayor, and the audience. I just have an announcement. Parks and Rec Commission, we're going to have a community town hall on Wednesday, October 23rd. We want to get ideas from the citizens of how we can improve our complex because it's in need of so many things, and we just want to hear some ideas so we can see what we can do to restore the beauty and some of the services that we did have that we no longer have, and see what other ideas we can get so we can improve the services and recreation for kids. And also, I just want to say, how can we help our kids that are addicted to marijuana right now that are on the streets and buying it illegally, along with all the other drugs that they buy illegally?
I think that was sarcasm. Town Hall, 6 o'clock.
I'm sorry, 6 o'clock.
Pastor Gene Overman.
Good evening, everyone. I too am going to talk about food for a second. So I want to thank everyone that came out to the chili cook-off. It was very successful. Our judges, Senator Betty Jean Alexander and Judge Chef Tony, and a few from around the city did a great job. Octavia was one of our winners with her amazing chicken chili. And thank you, Councilwoman Howard, Steve, you guys for stopping by. Chief, who really does like all food. I think he ate every chili and enjoyed it. So it was really a success. We had over 1,000 $1 bills, so everything was $1. And that was kind of cool. Thank you, Barbara, even after your big day, for showing up. Do appreciate that. Want to ask that you save the date for our pre-holiday gala fundraiser for Operation Refuge. We are going to host in the city this year at 2025 Middle Belt. The date is 12/14, so please save that date. I know I have another announcement, but I am truly having a senior moment. Don't remember what it was. Oh, how did I forget that? Camp Inspire, we just got the news, was recognized by Harvard University in the very top. So our numbers you can score, 4 being the highest, we have mostly 4s and a few 3s. So very excited about that national recognition for our STEM program. We're open for your girls between 5th grade and the 12th grade. It is a great opportunity for our young women. Hopefully, we can see the advantage of girls having these opportunities in the city of Inkster. Thank you so much.
Denard Shaw.
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Good evening.
To the citizens of the City of Inkster. I just want a quick question concerning the water meters. I know Mr. Carrington talked about bringing that information to me before. I know you probably got sidetracked about those water meters, the payoff of those water meters. And could you tell me the price tag of those water meters before?
I can't tell you the price tag, and I remember we discussed, I just need to get your email address. That's why I didn't have, I misplaced your email address. But we did, I know we were talking about, it was financed over a number of years. This month, we made the final payment. I believe it was about $208,000 was the last payment that we made, which was, again, the final payment.
So you said 200, I don't mean to cut you up. I got 3 minutes.
Yep.
208,000?
Correct. That was the payment that was made.
The last payment.
The last payment, which is
That's
now
good.
that was the final payment. I know it was financed through J.P. Morgan, but I don't know the original terms. I'll have to get that information.
I think it was over $2 million. All right, $2 million, and the last payment was 200,000. So now my next question is how is that going to flow? I know you're going to talk about the budget pretty soon. So how is that going to flow within the budget? As far as $200,000 is a lot of dollars.
Well, yes and no. So it's out of the water fund, and we, make our projections based on our expected cost and expected revenue. So because we knew that payment was going to be the final one, we just did not build that into our projected costs going forward. So it's not as necessarily as if there's an extra $200,000 in the budget, so to speak. We just took that into consideration as we compiled the overall budget, again, specifically for the water fund.
So I know it's going to have a huge impact because it was, those are big payments that was made. So I know it's going to make a splash in the water and sewage because now you have went up on the water rates by the nickel.
But actually the water fund is one of our largest funds
very
in
well,
the
I know.
city. So when we start talking about $208,000, that's not a small amount of money.
Right.
But there are a number of costs when we start looking at the equipment costs. We just tonight spent over $400,000 on a piece of equipment. So again, that's it's not as if there aren't other items that are being built into the budget going forward. It's really because we have things that are being paid off that allows us to do some other things, such as take on new equipment, make repairs, and the like. So what we're doing, it's not a situation where we just said, okay, we've got $200,000 that's coming out of the budget. We make these decisions based on the overall cash inflows and outflows.
Yeah.
So that was just one item that was part of a larger consideration.
Yeah, I understand that, but we just got to make sure that we can make sure we do some good hits with that.
And we are certainly trying to do that.
Now, are you going to be talking about the budget in March, or are y'all going forward with it in the next year?
It'll be in March.
It's going to be in March. You're going to be talking about now.
I mean, we start the process.
Yeah, you're going to start the
process
yeah.
for next fiscal year.
Start the same time every year.
Okay. Now, with the chargebacks, have y'all looked into the chargebacks for this next fiscal year that's coming up?
You can't. What you mean?
Property tax chargeback?
Yeah, the chargebacks.
I mean, we estimate. Yeah, I mean, we have an estimate that we have built into the budget. When you say are we looking at them, what
I
specifically
mean,
are you saying?
because of the next fiscal year's budget, those chargebacks had a real big hit on the city in times past. So are we anticipating, how are we anticipating the hit for this fiscal year with the chargebacks?
First of all, we've changed what we've done since you were on council, and we did get hit pretty hard back then. I remember being at the meetings. But now that we have the neighborhood stabilization program, we're not getting hit with chargebacks like that because we're taking the foreclosed homes, renovating them, and getting them back on the market. So we're not getting hit with what they lost in taxes because all the taxes are getting paid.
But you're using the NSP dollars for those rehabilitation, right?
Well, first of all, we're using it to pay the taxes, 3 years taxes,
Right.
which kills the chargebacks.
With the NSP dollars.
Correct. The vendor's money, not our money. So the chargebacks have been eliminated to a large degree because we created this particular program. So we don't have to worry about that every year hitting us for $400,000 or $500,000 like it did in the past because we created this program to eliminate that issue.
Okay, that's all I have, Ms. Mayor. Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk.
No comments tonight, Mayor.
Mr. Treasurer.
No comments, thank you.
All right, Mayor and Council. Who wants to go first? Okay. Councilwoman Howard.
Pastor Overman, you forgot to mention Michelle as a winner. Yeah, her sister had all of the chili was good. I didn't taste some because it was too hot for me, but the ones that I did taste, it was very, very good. And I forgot to mention the fire department and the fire trucks. Yeah, they were out there as well. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to say, man.
Councilman Chisholm.
I just wanted to say this past weekend, Inkster did feed me because I started off with breakfast at the Goodfellas thing. Of course, the Deltas were in the parking lot doing a diaper drive. They had a huge turnout. If you all missed that, just wanted to let you know they did have that going on. Then when I left from over there and finished what I was doing for the day, I headed over to the chili cook-off and ate lunch. I think I forgot to eat dinner. I was so full. So I just wanted to let you guys know that those events did happen. And that the rec center was jumping on Saturday. It was jam-packed from the parking lot to every single room in there. It was full of life, full of activity, good things going on. So I know everybody doesn't always have an opportunity to frequent the rec center and go to all these activities, but I know a lot of times they say there's nothing going on. It wasn't no room in the rec center to do anything else except be where you're supposed to be in there because it was jam-packed. So just want to let you know that. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman Mitchell.
Good evening, everyone. I hope that you received this little flyer. The Complete Count Committee for the City of Inkster has gotten started with getting the word out about the 2020 census that is coming. Please keep in mind that we need to have every man, woman, and child in the city counted so that we have an accurate count of how many citizens reside in our city. Keep in mind, too, that the census count and how well we do will mean how much money we get from the federal government. $1,800 a person in the city. It also will determine how much representation we get in Congress. So it's very important to keep that in mind also. And on the back is some very important information. And I want you to make sure that you look at number 4, which is confidential, because a lot of people don't want to answer the census because they fear that the information they give the government would be used against them. But as you can see in number 4, there's really nothing the government can do except collect the data and use it to determine how many people live in our country, what do they make for, how much money do they make, et cetera, et cetera. So you'll be hearing more from the Complete Count Committee as time goes on. The actual census this year will be able to be done either in person, by mail, or online. So we have many opportunities to answer those census questions and get it back to the government. On October 23rd at 11:30 a.m. will be the annual senior forum that is sponsored by the Inkster Task Force, Top Ladies of Distinction, and the Commission on Aging. This is a free event for our senior citizens. It's a luncheon, and we ask you to come and enjoy the camaraderie that you will find at the luncheon. And this year, the people who come will be our focus as guest speakers. So you'll hear us enjoy that when you come to the luncheon on the 23rd at the rec center at 11:30 a.m. On October 29th, you heard us talk about developing our downtown Inkster. You are well aware that Michigan Avenue flows very fast through the city of Inkster, whereas the city to our east and the city to our west have very low speed limits. So it gives those cities an opportunity to be seen and have people kind of stroll through the city in order to see what there is to offer. We feel, the DDA and others feel, that if we're going to build our downtown, we got to slow the traffic down so that when people come through Inkster, they're going to have an opportunity to see what we have to offer. That will be at the Recreation Center on the 29th of October at 6 o'clock p.m. We're asking citizens to come and speak to us about what we need to do in our downtown area with our traffic. I actually observed a mother and two children run across Michigan Avenue to get to the other side because they've taken the light out at Harrison and there's no crosswalk. So in other words, they would have to go all the way to Middlebelt to cross, all the way back to Inkster Road to cross. And that's something that we want to speak to the Michigan Department of Transportation about. Other than that, October 31st is our Halloween party. We need some more people for the trunk or treat. And I think we have about 5 cars now. We'd like to have more cars. I don't know if there are any more flyers over there. Excuse me, but just let me know or let Mr. Packey know, and we'll get the information to you. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Oldham.
I don't have anything tonight.
No wisdom to share tonight?
Not this time.
Okay. Councilwoman Watley.
Thank you, Mayor. The Inkster Cleanup Coalition will be cleaning up the northwest corner of Annapolis and Inkster Road Saturday, September 26th. We'll be starting at 9 a.m. The Inkster Cleanup Coalition involves the Ordnance Department, the Police Department, the Fire Department, the Beautification Committee, ICANN, and the DPW. They have already given us the dumpster. We'll be there at the time, so you won't have to go far to dump it. But apparently people are starting to utilize that corner as a dumping ground, and we want to clean it up before it gets any further. That's going to be on the 26th at 9 a.m., the Inkster Cleanup Coalition. What? Is it October? Yeah, I said September. That was Jerome's fault. Jerome's fault. Everything is Jerome's fault. Yeah, I'm sorry, October. And all those who were going to show up at September, don't. Next October the 31st, the Inkster Citizen Action Network, which is ICANN, will be doing their Halloween Eye Candy Convoy. This is where we facilitate candy for the children within the housing communities that don't have a way to get to the parties or to
Right.
Yeah, right.
The rec center.
Get to the rec center. So what we do is we load up our cars with candy and we drive through the different communities. We'll be starting at 4 p.m. and we'll be meeting at Berger Baylor Woodson Community. And from there, we'll be traveling through both Lemoyne, then Parkside, then we'll go over to Denby and Canterbury. And finally, we'll be stopping, our final stop will be Dartmouth. So if anyone's interested in joining us, you can meet us at 4 p.m. on the corner of Carlisle and Middlebelt. or you can donate candy to the cause. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem.
Continue to shop Inkster. Thank you.
Okay. Just real quickly, I do have an announcement to make this important. As you most of you probably know, every year we test our water. We get our water from City of Detroit Water, and the water is fine. But the state now also mandates that we test our lines, our water lines, going from the house to the water connection for the city. And we're testing for lead and copper to make sure they don't exceed the allowable levels. Testing was done in September by our Department of Public Service. The city estimates they have about 75 homes that still have lead and copper service lines, older homes in the community. From the 30 homes that we tested for lead and copper content in the water, 4 of them failed. The guidelines is the maximum for lead is 15 parts per billion. Water is the billion, of course. So we have 4 of the 30 fail, which means that the city has to take certain action. And the first action is to let everybody know that 4 failed. There's 4 separate addresses. We know who those folks are. We've already contacted them, been to their house. What we're going to do moving forward, we have to do an additional test in January, where we have to test 70 more homes to make sure that the situation is not broader than what we think it is. Typically, if you have a house that's older, we're going to say 1960, if it was built before 1960, we probably need to test to make sure your line is not lead. We do believe most houses built after 1950 do not have lead lines, but we want to be on the safe side. We also are going to offer, we're going to send out a letter to everybody in the city or some sort of notice by the end of the week to let them know exactly what we found and where we're at and what we're going to do moving forward. But I can tell you real quick, what we want to do just to be cautious, we want to make sure everybody in the city has access to a water filter. If you have a water filter already on your kitchen faucet, then the filter will catch any lead that's in the water and you should be fine. So we're going to offer free water filters to everybody in the city who wants one. In the meanwhile, as we continue to test and make sure, we want to capture all the lead lines in the city and we have to replace them. So we can't do it all in 1 or 2 days. This is a major project, digging up your front yard and replacing your lead line. But it's something we have to do for safety reasons. So we know there's going to be a lot of questions. You will get additional information by the end of the week. We just want to keep you abreast of what's going on. We don't want to keep secrets in the community. We just found out about this. We had a conference call with the state on Friday, a long conference call, to go through the steps, what we had to do. We're speaking with them again tomorrow, along with the health department, so we can coordinate getting those water meters to you. We just want to let you know the city of Inkster is not alone. Several cities have been through this. Dearborn Heights recently, Garden City, West Bloomfield, Oak Park, Highland Park. Did I catch them all? So since the Flint crisis happened, the state of Michigan changed the testing requirements, and that's why now you have more cities who are coming up with these negative results and now have to take action because the state doesn't want something like that to happen again. Of course, that's not going to happen here because we're not trying to hide anything. We're going to address whatever issue we have. So you will get additional information by the end of the week. And if you have any questions, you can call DPS. The letter you receive, you will see a number on there where you can call DPS to find out whatever you need to find out, as well as if you want to have your house tested, you can do that. If you're not sure when your house was built, let us know. You can look back on the old realtor system, and usually they have that information when a house was built. If your house sold anytime in the last, I don't know how many, how old is this, 20 years, something like that? But most of the subdivisions were built at the same time, so we can kind of figure out when your house was built. The 3 negative results 3 of the 4 came up on the southwest side of the city, where it has some of the older neighborhoods. And those are the most likely likely houses that have lead lines that we will have to replace at the city's expense. So I just wanted to get that information out there. More information will be coming soon, and that's all I have for you. Joelle, you want to address everybody, or you came in later? You got anything for State Representative Jones? Inspector Gadget?
Always calling me out my name. Good evening, Mayor, Council, Administration, citizens. Not too much updates that changed from last time. Still dealing with the budget. Like Councilman Chisholm and many of you others, I did have a good feeling weekend as well here in the city of Inkster at the chili cook-off and the pancake breakfast. It was good. Besides that, I guess we did introduce some legislation last week. Representative Isaac Robinson, I'm sure some of you know from the city of Detroit and myself, with the midst of everything going on around recreational marijuana, we introduced a House bill called 5120. It's basically just addressing. We wrote out an expungement package because we're trying to expunge felonies for people's records in general. And inside of that package, there was marijuana-related expungement bill. We didn't think it went far enough, and so we just dropped another bill to help push that bill inside the package to, I guess, like higher heights and deeper depths. Because the current bill allows you to expunge more felonies and more misdemeanors, but it didn't make the process easier. So the bill that we just dropped basically allows an individual to sign a simple application, turn it in, gives a prosecutor 60 days to challenge the application or petition. If they don't, the record will be expunged. So that's been getting some good headway right now. As it moves forward, I would definitely keep everybody in the loop. Because I think right now it'll be able to help about 200,000 people across the state. More than that, I think when we're talking about making something legal that people are about to make profits off of, that people have traditionally been arrested for, it just makes sense to do it now. But besides that, just happy to be here. Glad I made it. Good to see y'all. It's a nice full council meeting tonight. So, all right, that's it. Any questions?
Any questions? All right, thank you, sir. Okay, we have a motion to adjourn.
Motion for adjournment.
Been moved and supported, I think. Yep. Discussion. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, nay.